Oh man, is it good to be back. Playing Spider-Man Miles Morales is like coming home. I know I just got done playing Spider-Man Remastered just a few months back once it released on PC, but I had played the original PS4 version years beforehand, so being able to come back to this world is always such a freaking pleasure. Yuri Lowenthal, shout out to that man, first tearing it up as Sasuke, and now he's tearing it up as Spider-Man. But the main star of the show here isn't Spider-Man in this game. No. It's actually Miles. See, the story had been hinting at you playing as Miles since the very first game, and now that he's finally here, damn, I have to say, I love how different they made these characters feel. See, when you first play as Peter, it's like, I don't want to switch to Miles. Peter's my dude, the original Spidey. His web-slinging animations are so cool and flashy, his quips are so hilarious, and he's just an all-around badass. And switching me off him to play as Miles, he still doesn't really know how to use his powers, and he's always annoying Peter when he's trying to get some lovey-dovey time with his lady. Yeah, I think I'll pass on that new Miles Morales game. Oh shit, that was cool! The web-slinging animations between these two characters is entirely different, and you can tell the developers actually care about doing the best they can with these games. They could have just been lazy as hell and been like, alright, let's just Control-C, Control-V Peter's web-slinging animations onto Miles, and boom, there's another $50 game for these suckers to buy right there. But no, Miles' web-slinging animations are entirely unique to him, as they should be. And not only are they unique to him, they have this sense of style to them that Peter straight up don't have, to where I find the web-slinging more fun to do in Miles Morales than in the original, and hell, I don't even think that was possible. There's so much detail and nuance here in the way that Miles web-slings. Just from the animations, I get the feeling that Miles is just starting to come into his own as Spider-Man, but still isn't nearly as experienced enough as Peter is. He's still getting the hang of this whole Spidey business, and you can see that when he web-slings onto a railing and he has to stumble before finally catching his footing, or how when he's web-slinging around the city, he'll be swinging backwards, forwards, all the while his legs and arms are flailing about everywhere like he's still learning how to swing properly. And yet he's starting to come into his own style completely distinct from Peter's. Even his tricks are entirely different. Hell, even his swinging theme is entirely different. You got more of a hip-hop type beat in comparison to Peter's more classical vibe. Really, they didn't have to make these characters feel so different from one another, and I'm really glad that Insomniac took the effort to do so, because it makes the game that much better. So remember what I said about Miles not being as cool as Peter? Well, this whole bioelectricity mechanic makes me take it all back. Honestly, something was missing from the combat of the original for me, and I couldn't place my finger on what. Don't get me wrong, the combat of the original was amazing, and a lot of the same mechanics carry over into Miles Morales, but I just felt it needed that extra something to make it a tad more engaging, and Miles Morales accomplishes that with the new bioelectricity mechanic. During combat, it is so satisfying to just venom punch somebody into oblivion, or use his newfound powers to launch everybody around you into the air, start whamming on people. So cool. There's also some new tools to use at Miles' disposal that are totally different from Peter's, so there you go, even more variety within the combat for you. The challenges around the city that Peter leaves for you to complete are also really fun to do as well. I always thought that challenges in the original needed a bit more incentive for you to actively go out of your way to do them, as the reward was usually some stupid tokens that you need to use in conjunction with other tokens to maybe unlock some arbitrary suit or reward. In this game, sure, you still have that token system, but completing Peter's challenges also give you a unique ability to unlock upon completing it for the first time. And I thought that was such a good way of forcing you off the beaten track. Like, sure, they're not abilities you absolutely need to have, so it's not too egregious if you don't do them, but if you want to be web-slinging around the city in style and have full access to all your combat abilities and web-slinging abilities, then you're going to want to do the challenges. It's a fine line to incentivize you to do optional content while not feeling like you're completely missing out on a reward. and Miles Morales strikes a great balance. Much better than the first game anyway. Call me crazy, but this game looks so much better than the original in almost every way. Maybe it's just that my GPU got upgraded recently, but there are so many minor details I noticed on character models and the environment that I feel they improved upon compared to the original. Hell, maybe it's just because I love snowy environments in video games. I think The Division was and still is one of the most graphically impressive games I've ever played. And what do you know? Miles Morales takes place in the exact same setting, New York, during the exact same time, around the holidays. One crazy detail I noticed as I was web-slinging around that I want you guys to appreciate was when I was trying to do all these crazy backflips and front flips and web-slinging tricks, and I got a little overzealous and slammed into the pavement. Little did I know Insomniac crafted an animation for it this time, as I don't think this existed in the original. So boom, there I go flying into the pavement, stumbling around, and I was shocked to see that the outline of Spider-Man had appeared into the snow where I fell. I basically made a freaking snow angel. That just goes to show you the care and effort that went into this game. Say I was playing an Ubisoft game and I go and fly into the snow, they wouldn't have even bothered to make the extra effort to do something like that. And I have to say, Insomniac, this effort didn't go unnoticed. Speaking of the graphics, let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. I know, you guys are all saying, quick, what about Peter's face? I've made videos in the past expressing my distaste at how they changed the original actor's face for Peter Parker, and how much I hated the change when I had played the remastered version compared to the PS4 version. And I have to say, God, I still hate his stupid-ass face. God, sue me. At least it's not as bad as it was in the remastered version. Maybe the remastered version just had less effort put into it when replacing John Bubniak's face. But here, when they were making this game from the ground up, they didn't have as many issues. It's definitely better than before, but to me, still a stupid decision overall to change the model's face to begin with, as I think they had made the perfect decision the first time. Whatever, it's not like you see Peter much in this game anyway, so kind of a moot point. The only real problem I have with this game is the constant crashing I've experienced on PC thus far. Damn, I'm web-slinging around having a good-ass time, and then, damn, I really paid $50 for this? I don't know if it's just me, but I'm getting tired of games releasing on PC to these kinds of issues, and based on what I've searched up online, I'm not the only one having these problems. So hopefully Insomniac gets on their A-game ASAP and gets rid of these crashing issues, because other than that, they have one solid-ass game on their hands. Except when it comes to the price point for this game. Why is this game priced at $50? To be completely honest, it's nothing more than a glorified DLC. I honestly think this could have been released as part of the base game, just classified as an expansion. It definitely reuses a lot of the same assets, but enough is here to make the game feel like a new experience. Hence why the PS5 Ultimate Edition of Miles Morales released with both the original and its DLCs, and the Miles Morales expansion all in one compact package. And you can get said Ultimate Edition for a whopping $40 at Best Buy currently. $10 less than what Miles Morales is retailing for on Steam, while the standalone version of Miles Morales currently retails at only $20 over at Best Buy as well for the PS5. So PC users are kinda getting ripped off here, not gonna lie. Especially when I consider that I paid a full $60 for Spider-Man Remastered and now another $50 for Miles Morales. I could have gotten both for $40 if I had a PS5. I don't know if it's just because Sony knows they can squeeze more money out of an audience that's more desperate to play their games, but part of me only got Miles Morales so that I could make a video on it. So take that as you will. While I do think it's a wonderful game and experience, I think $50 is a very steep entry point to be able to actually play the game. With that, I hope you guys enjoyed this new entry in The Problem With. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe for more of my thoughts on the positives and the problems with more games in the future.